started drawing
Uncle
pictures
Keith and
when I was
Natalie.
about 7. When I was about 9 or about then, that's when I started carving soap, making all kinds of animals and crazy things. The first thing you gotta do, see it says ivory there, and it says ivory over here. And sometimes the surface, the top part, is hard because it's dried out. So we got to get rid of the word, and we got to get rid of the hard surface. The way you do that,
I used to know Swan Lady for years in my
the way you do that, you take your knife and you tilt it down a little bit, and you scrape it.
Yeah, I just want
And that-
just
see
don't.
how it takes the shaving off
Well, you can
there?
rock. I just want to scratch the floor. This floor is terrible.
So you just keep rubbing it and shaving it like that till the word is gone off of there. And then you got a blank to start with. In other words, a smooth surface to start with. See, I used to teach high school kids, and this is one of the things we did. And if they did a good job carving something, I gave them an A. And some of them never had too good of luck, so they didn't get an A, they got something else. Okay, see, now like Carl here, being a famous sculptor that he is, made this. So now I'm going to show him how to really do it and not break the front legs off. See that crack right there? What happened is he tried to force it. In other words, he had to put pressure on it and push it. And when you do that, the soap breaks. Yeah, every time. So we're going to make an elephant. I'm going to make an elephant the same way that I did when I was about 8, 9 years old. First thing you got to do is you got to draw what he looks like. That we call an outline. This is going to be the top of his head, and this is going to be his back, and this is going to be down his tail, and this is going to be his trunk. Now when I first started making elephants, I just made them with a trunk, but I didn't put any tusk on them, you know, the big teeth in front. I didn't put those on because I didn't know how. But I kept practicing, and eventually I started making elephants with tusk on them. Then I made baby elephants and big elephants and elephants fighting and everything else. That's going to be his belly there. So there's what he looks like. Here's his trunk, here's his head, here's his leg, here's his leg, here's his back. So now we got to get rid of all this soap that we don't want. Well, what some people try to do is, okay, I got to get rid of this soap here. I'll just take my knife and go crunch down here and go right down that line. Well, what happens if you do that, the whole thing breaks off and you're done before you get started. So you got to take a little piece at a time, like this, and keep working it down until you get to that line, and that takes a little while. And when you're learning, you go real slow.
I feel like you would just like stick the knife in there and then go like where you need to.
Well, we'll get down to that in a minute. We're going to work on the front part here right now. Since I've made lots of these, I know just about how much soap to take off without breaking it. But when you first start, you just take off a little bit at a time and go slow, because if you get in a hurry, you'll break it. Now I'm taking some off the top of his head, going around, taking off a shaving at a time. And see all this stuff that you have left over here, this pile of junk, you can pour water on that afterwards and then make it into a snowball, and then you can use it in your bathtub. My mom used to throw it in a wash machine. She used to buy lots of bars of soap for me. because we didn't have a computer or internet. We didn't even have a TV at that time, I don't think, to watch. So we had to find something else to do. But see, we're getting down to the line. And it's important to go level across here. Sometimes people, they don't understand that, and they carve like this at a big angle, and you gotta keep it level as you go. And around his rump we go. So we're getting closer to the line, aren't we? Now we gotta get this between these front legs and these back legs. And you can't, some people when they're trying to learn, they turn it up like this and they take their knife and push down on it and it breaks right in half. You can't do that. You gotta go like this and just keep working it down. See, we're getting closer to the line. We keep going down. A little bit at a time. You have to be patient. Patient. There, we kind of got the back leg, so that's separate. Now we got to get the front leg. Now the front leg's a little skinnier, so we got to be real careful or else we'll break the front leg off. And we got to do it the same way, just take a little piece out at a time.
I feel like it would be hard when you get like all the way down there.
Do you want it? Do you want to switch in your glass?
They will make it, oh my god.
Cute. Keith Thornton.
Yeah.
Why do you